Hey, my loves. So today we are going to make a frosting, a buttercream. That's like a hybrid between a American buttercream and a Swiss meringue buttercream. Excuse me. It is not overly sweet. It tastes literally like ice cream, and it's so velvety and it goes on your cake so smooth. Trust me, guys, you're gonna like this. Stay tuned. Hey, my loves, welcome back. Today we are going to make a nice mock Swiss meringue buttercream. I took a chance of making this before, and I really liked it. It's like a cross hybrid between an American buttercream and a Swiss meringue. And I'm going to show you how to make it. It's very easy. It does taste like ice cream. It really does. Only thing about this is that it doesn't crust. However, it is stable. And I'm even going to give y'all some tips on how to make your cakes even more stable, depending on what kind of fillings you're using, and give you some tips on when you're getting ready to travel with your cakes, okay? So, guys, I have about 4 cups, which is 8 sticks of unsalted butter. You can use salted too, just omit the salt. I have some salt because I'm using unsalted butter. I got some pasteurized egg whites. Pasteurized, meaning that they pasteurize it to a level where it could be safe to consume. That's what pasteurized means. We have a 32-ounce bag of confectioners sugar, and I have some flavoring. I got some cream bouquet and some cocoa. You can flavor it any way you want. And let's get to it. I have my stand mixer. You can do it with a hand mixer, but I ain't doing all that. I like life to be easy, and I don't like anything that's going to like stress me out. So, you know, you can invest in a nice stand mixer, especially if you're a baker. It really does make life a little bit easy. And I was able to get another mixer. So, you know, when you're baking cakes at a high rate like I do, it's good to have at least more than one mixer and a hand mixer. So I'm going to take some vinegar, guys, and I'm going to wipe the inside of my bowl. This is just to, if there's any grease in here, any residue, even though I clean my bowl, any residue of grease, even on the whisk itself, the vinegar will cut it. All right. Now we are going to measure out 1 cup of these pasteurized egg whites. I'm just going to shake this up a little bit. Okay. And guys, the pasteurized egg whites, I got this from Aldi's for like $4, and it's like a 34 something. And it was like a 32 ounce, so you could get a lot out of this. You know. Alright. 1. Because I have to measure this here. And guys, whatever you have to understand something after you finish opening this. Please put it back in the fridge. As a matter of fact, you could put it in the freezer. I would have put it in some Ziploc bags. A Ziploc bag and store it right in the freezer. Okay, so it can last longer. Alright? Alright, so we have a cup of that. And now we are going to take our balloon whisk. Okay, make sure again, use a piece of to just make sure you get off any grease that may be present there without your knowledge. Okay. All right, and this is already sifted, so I'm just going to dump it in here. All right, now this is a 32-ounce bag. All right. And guys, your butter, while this is, I'm using the balloon whisk because I want this to get nice and foamy, get some volume to it. Okay. And what I want you to do, guys, is you have to get your butter to room temperature. Okay. You don't want to add too cold butter in here. Again, this is a mock version. It's like a hybrid version of a Swiss meringue. It's like a hybrid between an American buttercream, I think, and a real Swiss meringue. You know, because I find that Swiss meringue sometimes they hold, but they could get a little soupy with the heat. But this one is good though. Okay, and we're gonna put this, mix this. All right, now guys, what I like about this too is that it's more stable to me than how can I put it? You can make, I'm going to give you some tips here, how you can make this more stable. Like, for example, with this, it's going to need like four cups of butter. So if you want to make this even more stable, guys, especially depending on where you live, especially if you live in Texas or Nevada, it gets really hot. What a good way of making your cakes nice and stiff is you could substitute half of your butter and use a high ratio shortening, okay, or a nice shortening that you could use that will hold up even just as good. And the pros with that is you're still getting the flavor of the butter and getting a little bit more resistance, heat resistance. All right, guys, so as you can see, look what I did. Okay, you see what I did? A little bit of the butter. I wanted to get like this. All right, and I got my butter at room temperature. You don't want it too cold or too warm, but just like this. Okay, and we're gonna cut this in. All right, I'm gonna add my salt to this. Hey my loves, please consider subscribing to my channel. Let's press that thumbs button because it really helps push this video out there. Don't forget to press that notification bell and let everybody know Jackie's cooking. And one thing, my loves, another thing is that you can make this, and once it's done, you could lay it on some plastic wrap and fold it and put it in some Ziploc bags. You can make this in advance and freeze it, and when you're ready to use it, there you go. Okay, I would say about 2 months it could last in the freezer, but give it a shot. Okay, now guys, as you can see, I'm gonna scrape the bowl. Okay, we're gonna scrape the bowl. Oh, nice. And guys, if you have the issue of where it's not white enough for you, this is the scientific way. You could add a little bit of purple gel coloring, just a little bit, and that will counteract with the yellow. But I usually don't have that problem. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of flavoring. I got some coconut. Now, if you got white vanilla, it's best to use that. If not, fine. Okay, I'm using a Loran, so I'm using a little bit of coconut and some of this. I will. Of this white cream bouquet. Okay, and you're just gonna let that go. Let it go. I usually will beat this for about a good 15 minutes. When you're baking cakes, everything's about time management. Everything's about time management. Another thing is, guys, when you're traveling with cakes, now if you're making a cake and it has to be stacked, you know, and it has to be stacked, like if I'm making like a tall barrel cake and anything that's like 3 layers thick or plus, and I know I got to travel with it, I always take a dowel rod, one of those wooden rods, and stick it right in the center. Just let anybody know, so just God forbid they're not doing no face smash in the cake, just let them know. But that's a very good way to lessen the anxiety when you're traveling with the cake. There's these beautiful bubble straws. Get these off Amazon, and they could go right into the cake. People making these high cakes and they don't do that. I'm like, am I the only one that's just so extra that will do that. Alright guys, so we just switched to the paddle attachment after 15 minutes of beating. Okay, I switched to the paddle attachment just to remove any air bubbles. But guys, also too, another thing is you could flavor this recipe, like everything you could add like in half a cup increments. Like with this, if you want to add Nutella to it, you could add some Nutella, you could add a white chocolate, peanut butter. Listen, have fun. See how it is? Look at this. And this is, guys, how you make a beautiful, mock meringue buttercream. I don't know whatever took me so long to find this, but look at that. This is so smooth. Oh my God. Sweetness is perfect. It's not overly sweet. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet. It's oh my God. And it's so stable. Look at this. But guys, this is how you make that. Oh my God. This is my go-to now. This is actually my go-to. You know, it's my actual go-to when I'm making my icing, my frostings now. You know, I'm just going to beat this a little bit more, but I want to come on here, guys, and show you how to make this. And yes, guys, this is great for piping, great for decorating. It holds very, very well. Definitely give this a shot here. I mean, I think you'll definitely love it, how stable and smooth it is. Beautiful buttercream. If you do it the way I tell you to, you'll have beautiful buttercream. I want to just do something here so you can see how it pipes. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. The stability of it is beautiful. Look at that. This is my go-to, guys. My loves, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. Do 3 things for me: eat, love, and pray. Until next time.